The end of our culture. Now, this is something Gerald Celente brought up, and he seems to know what he's doing, so I had to make a few statements on it. One of the things that bugged me, honestly, I could go on for hours about all the problems, all the moral issues we have in our country, all the things we aren't talking about when we really should be, like all those drone attacks in the Middle East. But I got a story to tell you. A lot of these young ladies nowadays, when you pick them up, it's not the way it used to be. I remember back when I was in high school, and what you would do is you would go to the girl's house, knock on the door, say hello to her parents, meet her family, have a good time, right? And then she would come down and be like, okay, let's go out. And you would go out, walk around, have fun, whatever you wanted to do. That's what you did. You developed a friendship, or at least made a presence known to her family. Now, from what I've been hearing about a lot of my friends, is that the girls now, they want you to drive your car up to their house, or not really directly in front of their house, but close by, right? And text them that you're there, and they'll send you a text back, I'm on my way. They run out of their house, bolt out of their house into your car, and you guys kind of peel out. Now, that could be one of two things. One, she's not mature enough to admit that she has a friendship or relationship with you and is hiding it from her family. Or two, it could be that she really doesn't care about you. She doesn't see this lasting very long, and she wants to essentially use you for whatever you're going to give her. Maybe a meal, maybe some clothes, some shopping time, whatever it's going to be. You're the free ride. Honestly, if that you just want me to pick you up like that, hell, why don't we go meet in the corner of 5th and Elm, and you could be just like a prostitute. Hey, it's all good, right? But the thing is that, a lot of these girls nowadays, I know a lot of them who date guys because it is a meal. They need to eat, or they need clothes, and they'll date a guy to get things. And it's because they don't know how to take care of themselves. When I was growing up, there were not these home economic classes that you see on television. They didn't have the sophisticated cooking classes, that maybe one time schools funded. The idea was that such classes are sexist and archaic, that girls today don't need to take those type of classes because they continue to promote a sexist agenda. And I had a lot of girls, in my high school class who said, I want to be a homemaker. I want to be the best homemaker I can be. I want to be a stay-at-home mother so I can spend time with my children. That's awesome. That's cool. If that's what you want to do, there's nothing wrong with that. But these girls would go to their guidance counselor, and the guidance counselor would go, well, I think that's a bit sexist. You're better than that, and you need to take classes in maybe this math, this science, this business, whatever it was. It sounded nice. Okay. They took these classes, did well enough to pass now, but when it was time to go into the real world and actually do it for a living, they didn't have the passion, and they did not even have, let's say, the knowledge that they really should have. So they failed. Now they're homeless. Now they're living off guys to supply them every day. But I kind of went to a little tangent there, but it's something I thought I should bring up. Another thing is this bloody texting. I hate texting with such a passion. I really honestly do. And I should probably do another video just on how I hate texting. But I see these kids walking around the store, go constantly like this, in this little box. And it's not reality. You want reality, look around you. Look at out your window. Go to a store, talk to people, and then you'll know what the real world's about. But these kids are on these damn phones. You can't separate them. They pick it up, and you know how they go. But I see them, and a lot of them are like pre-teens, and they're walking behind their mother, all kind of in a line, like the mother duck and all the little ducklings. But the funny thing is that they're paying no attention to the world going around them. I've seen kids walk into other people, walk into displays. It could be a stationary object. They'll walk right into it. But if it's a person now, they'll turn up and look at them like they did something wrong. And they were standing there. It makes no sense. It's like their whole world is in this little box. And it sincerely worries me what's going to happen when it goes off. Because hell, maybe for a while, you'll like be away from your computer and you kind of get antsy. You want to see something or learn something. It's like a habit. And these kids, their whole life, since the time they've been born, they've had some sort of technology. And if they've been so entangled with their smartphones or whatever they are, now if that system goes down, they're going to be in a real crisis mode. They're going to be in like a shock. And I've seen kids at restaurants. You've seen them. I mean, come on. There'd be like a table of like 5, 6 kids, and none of them are talking to each other. They're all texting one another. It can even be family parties. Same thing. All the kids are talking to someone else not at the table. And gentlemen, if you're ever with a girl and she pulls out a cell phone, I'm going to tell you right now, if she's texting someone, maybe once, okay, whatever, but if she keeps on going at it throughout the night, she's not interested in you. You are the free meal. You're buying her supper. She's texting the person she's going to have dessert with or something else with later on. You're not part of it, pal. But anyway, like I was saying, texting, yeah, it's ruining our society, because when I talk to my friends, a lot of them are like me, where they'll answer text messages, but they don't send text. I've never sent a text message once, and I'm proud of that. Every time I get a text, I pick up the phone and I call them. I say, hey, how's it going? How you doing? I love to hear your voice. I want to know that you're there. You're a real person. We have such a great technology being able to have a conversation. We could be 1,000 miles away, and we could still talk. Why would you want to send a little text message? It's cold. There's no emotion in it. And sometimes I wonder if it's because there's no real context or emotion that kids can kind of get away with lying and cheating a little bit more, so they kind of do that. But another thing that bugged me out, which Gerald talked about, was the way kids dress. Now, you can dress any which way you want, and many people have great self-confidence, and they don't dress in a particular, considered social norm fashion. But I've seen some weird things. I've seen people walking in the middle of the city on a cold winter day, and they'll have like their pajama pants on and be wearing like one of those tank tops, and they'll be completely oblivious to the world going on around them. They look like they're a bum that got kicked out of like an apartment or something. I've seen, just weird things. The way they have their hair, even like, I shouldn't be one to comment too much, but I've seen people who, they'll have like hair dyed green and it's all tangled and stuff, and if it's your style, that's fine. But I mean, it's just like, it looks like you've been, like you hate yourself or something like that. You just don't have the time, or you think you're important enough to take care of yourself. I mean, just the way kids dress nowadays with their pants hanging down below their knees, you look like a bum. But another thing is the music. This is something I really wanted to talk about, and I hope this video isn't getting too long, but the music nowadays is nothing like it was when I was growing up. Now, when I was growing up, we had some pretty crappy music too. I'm not going to lie about that. I was an oldies guy. I like listening to the oldies stations. And all the songs were like, we're going to have a good time. I love you. This is how you fall in love. This is how you live your life. Normal, happy things. When you're happy, you want to sing. You want to, share it to people. The songs nowadays are like, I left you. I hate you. I'm doing it on my own. You were worthless. Oh, I'm a gangster. I'm a thug. I'm going to beat people up. Swearing and all this violence and crap. And it's not the way it used to be. I mean, all the songs on the radio, listen to them. All the songs about love and relationships. They're all about, I left someone and I don't need them anymore. That's all the songs are about nowadays. I'm tired of this, I'm never going to be with you again crap. Okay? Talk about love. Talk about things that make people happy. I want to hear a song and be like, yeah, that's the way to live. I don't want to hear a song and be like, well, that person's having a relationship problem. So, this is probably, once again, one of maybe a series of videos I'm going to do about the end of our culture, of our society. But, it's just some things to think about. Take care.